Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here with a review of the brand new Edifier TWS NB True Wireless Earbuds. Now these are special because they're the first ones under $200 or under $179 that have been able to compete with the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros. So if you saw my video on those when they came out, I was very excited about them. I liked them a lot. I thought they were fantastic. They were great. They were on sale during the holidays, but they're 150 bucks. These right here give them a serious run for their money. They have a lot of stuff going on with them. 13mm drivers, 5 hours of playtime, active noise cancellation, some ambient noise stuff going on. So really cool. aptX, the whole 9 yards for 120 bucks, which is really impressive, especially with what they bring to the table. And I've been listening to them for the last 2 weeks, and I'm here to tell you they're the real deal. Now, before I get into the full review, I do want to say if you've never been here before, this is your first time stopping by the channel, welcome. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button. And if you want updates on the latest and greatest, hit that little notification bell so you can get notifications when the latest videos drop. Now, let's get into the review. Alright, so before I get into the full review on these, I do want to say that these were sent out as a review unit from Edifier. This is not sponsored, I'm not being compensated for this in any way, and they're not getting to see this before you are. Now, talking about the Edifier TWS NBs, I wish they would have came up with a different name for them. They really are fantastic earbuds. I totally enjoy these things, and just the fact that they're called TWS NBs is kind of weird. It sounds like a tire to me, but I really have been enjoying listening to them. I've been listening to them for about 2 weeks now. Totally great sound experience. Lots of power, lots of volume. They're fairly comfortable for long-term wear. They are a little on the bulky side, so you get a little bit more ear fatigue than some of the lighter ones, but the sound experience pretty much more than makes up for that in my book. Now, some of the things I don't like, they do have an app. It's called the Edifier Connect app. You can basically see what the individual battery level is on the earbuds, turn off the LED indicators on the side to them, firmware updates, but there's no global equalizer. There's no presets. There's no preset equalizers. You can't change or remap the buttons for their function. It's kind of pointless to me other than just to be able to deliver firmware updates. But, oh, and there's also a little icon on there where you can turn on the active noise cancellation, or you can turn on the ambient noise mode, which doesn't really work all that well, which is a little on the disappointing side because I was hoping that it would. But either way, these right here, 120 bucks, pound for pound, compete with the Liberty 2 Pros by Soundcore and also with the Jabra Elite 75Ts. Anything under the $200 price point, these things compete really well. They're probably the best well-tuned stock sound experience on any earbuds I've listened to in the last year. They have bass, they have depth, they have punch, they have great overall tonal architecture whenever it comes to the sound experience. Like, the bass is good. It's not overpowering, but it's rich and it's deep and it hits well. The mids, great vocals, great power, a consistent sound throughout while you're listening. The highs are nice and they've got, you can hear the hi-hats, you can hear the cymbals, you can hear pretty much everything. And that's without adjusting the equalizer. Now, you're going to have to be limited to the equalizer, whether you Spotify, Pandora, whatever. So you're going to have to set up your equalizer however you want it. But even if you don't mess with the equalizer, these things sound fantastic. Just plugging them in, connecting them with the Bluetooth and turning the volume on, they sound fantastic. And I was really surprised. I met these guys while I was out at CES back in January. It took me a while to get a hold of these. But once I got a hold of them, I popped them out of the case, put in my ears, and turned on some music. I was impressed from the get-go. And I've listened to a lot of earbuds lately, especially like the Soundcores, the Liberty Air 2s, the Liberty Pro 2s, the Jabra Elite 75Ts, AirPods Pro. And these guys right here, they hold their own. They sound great. The volume is nice. I think if you're interested in picking these up, you're really going to be happy with them. You're going to be impressed. Now, some of the areas where they are lacking, of course, like I mentioned in the beginning, is there's no global equalizer, which I kind of expect. Once you get over like that $100 price point, there's a lot of other earbuds that do that now. So I wish that it had it. Phone calls are good. They're not the most amazing in the world, but they do sound good. You can make phone calls perfectly well. Other person can hear you. You can hear them. The talk time is good. The battery life is a little on the disappointing side. You get 5 hours in active noise cancellation mode. You can get more than that if you don't have an active noise cancellation mode. So with ANC on, you can get a total of 5 hours and then another 15 hours out of the case, so 20 hours total. If you have it off, you can extend that up to 33 hours. But for something that's this big, I mean, it's a large earbud. I mean, for something that's this large with this large battery bank case, you would expect that you would get more battery life out of that. So there's a couple areas where these could shine a little bit better, but by no means at all is that discredit the sound experience, which is totally top notch. And then they've got these nice little ear stabilizers on here as well. They fit and they contour to your ear so well, and they have great sound isolation. So not only are you getting the passive isolation sound experience, the passive noise cancellation, but you get the active noise cancellation. The active noise cancellation works well too. Now, it's not the best in the world. The Jabras and the AirPods Pro do it better, but this is definitely a leg up over the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros. All right, so I want to go ahead and do the wear test like I do with all the earphone reviews that I do, so you can see what they look like. They're very easy to put in, and similar to the Liberty 2 Pros, you just kind of rotate them to the back a little bit once you get them in to lock them into place, and the ear stabilizers, they'll fit the way that they're supposed to. But you can see that they stick out a little bit. I mean, they're not light or slim profile by any stretch of the imagination. They are on the bulky side, but that's because they have 13mm drivers, and they have a lot of power that they need to put out. So they're very large. They are comfortable to wear for a while. I talk about that more later. And the only other hang-up I want to mention, you can't listen to them in mono mode, which I would expect for a $120 set of earbuds. What's very weird with these is that the left earbud is the controlling one, and the right one is the accessory one. So if you have them in the case, you take them out. If you only take out the right one, it won't work by itself. You have to take out the left one. The left one will work by itself, and then the right one will connect when you take it out of the case. So it's a little on the frustrating side with regard to that. But other than that, they're very comfortable, at least for as bulky as they are, and you can wear them for a while without getting ear fatigue. But I wish that you could use either one of them independently. Now, the only real downsides, other than ones that I mentioned, I do want to say a positive thing though. It has 3 sets of the silicone ear tips. It has 3 sets of the ear stabilizers. So you've got, 2 sets of ear stabilizers, but you also have 2 sets of the foam ear tips. And I really, really like the foam ear tips. And what's great about them is they really contour and seal up well in your ears, so you get a superior sound experience. So it's got that going for it. But the last thing that really I don't care for too much is the buttons on here. So it's got the button. It's very similar to Liberty 2 Pros. It's got this little button right up here on top. So that button right there does everything. And it has different things that it does, whether you're listening to music or not listening to music, i.e. being able to use your voice assistant. So you press it once to play or pause, you double click it, and that will change to either active noise canceling mode or turn active noise canceling mode off, or ambient noise. It just cycles through them. If you're listening to music and you hold the button down, it'll go forward the track or go back. And then if you are not listening to music and you're just in like normal mode on your phone, if you hold the button down, it'll pull up your Google Assistant or Siri, whichever you have going on there. So that's kind of it. They really put a lot of time and effort, I can tell, into the sound experience in these, because I guess they really wanted to compete with other different companies, and they've done that really well. But there's just a couple things here and there which are forgivable because they're only $120 versus $150 or $170. And that's some of the things that they kind of miss out on. Totally great sound experience, okay battery life, they look great. It checks a whole lot of boxes in the entertainment value department, like being able to listen to stuff, app tech support, all that. But there are a couple areas that, a little on the concerning side, but at $120, I think that, not say overlook them, because I wish that they were there, but it's forgivable because, what you're getting for the money is definitely worth it. So overall, great sound experience. I definitely recommend them. If you're an audiophile or you're somebody who wants top-notch audio with a ton of power and a great, rich, immersive sound experience, you're really, really going to appreciate them. And the other stuff you might not care about so much. If you do, spend a little bit more money and pick up something else. But otherwise, I give these like 1 3/4 thumbs up. Definitely a good product. So that's all I've got on my review of the Edifier TWS NB True Wireless Series Active Noise Cancellation Earbuds. Like I said in the beginning, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates on the latest and greatest. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you guys next time.